While the eastbound direction of Interstate 80 coming out of Emeryville is slow and go from Powell over to the crash scene at University. It's on the other side of the road. Just everybody's slowing down to take a look. Looking much better coming into the city of San Francisco. Had a crash on westbound Interstate 80 at 9th Street. That's been cleared out of the way. Still a little bit slow right now from about the 5th Street off-ramp to the merge with Highway 101 southbound. Our next report is at 7:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And your Bay Area weather, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain tonight. Breezy at times with overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. Another system moves in tomorrow, bringing rain and wind and the potential for a few thunderstorms, highs in the 60s. Showers are going to taper off on Saturday. Cloudy on Sunday. Should be dry for New Year's Day. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
As anyone who wants to put more jingle in their holidays and in their pocket. At NorCal Honda Dealers' final days of Happy Honda Days, get best-of-the-year deals on a reliable, fun-to-drive Honda that saves on gas, on repairs, and on holiday hassle. Cha-ching, ching-a-ling. Save on fuel-efficient Accord and CR-V hybrids that can take you to the snow and back without charging. On sporty, dependable Civics and HRVs that make every ride hella jollier. And on rugged, roomy Pilot and Passport SUVs that can dance across ice and snow like 8 tiny reindeer. Without all the infighting and celebrity attitude. And with high-tech safety features and a Bose premium sound system, you'll be ho-ho-hoing for years to come. Happy Honda Days end January 2nd, so dash into your NorCal Honda dealer now. For more information, visit NorCalHondaDealers.com or ask anyone who owns a Honda.
Hi, I'm Vanessa with PG&E. If you see a down power line, stay away from it and keep others away. Call 911. Let our first responders come out and handle it. Police and fire will respond as well as PG&E. To learn more, visit pge.com/safety.
The Thursday Evening News Watch continues on KCBS. BART is piloting brand new fare gates designed to cut back on fare evasion. It's part of a plan to replace gates at all stations by the summer of 2025 at a cost of $90 million. KCBS's Raquel Maria-Dillon is at the West Oakland station.
I saw at least 2 people try to exit here, see the hulking new gates, and then turn around and go back up to the train platform. BART spokeswoman Anna Duckworth says people also tried to jump the staircase railings to get out. That's a long way down. The pilot is providing information about how stations will have to be reconfigured for the new gates.
We're looking to see how durable these are to withstanding like graffiti and vandalism. Because we have a couple different materials. We have a polycarbonate door and then we have the metal mesh door.
Most of the BART riders I spoke with say it is not fair that they pay for the ride and other people just dodge the fare gate.
Pretty much every time I come through, I see at least like 2, maybe 3 people jump over it. It's a big problem.
But Alex Hernandez pointed out that some people don't pay because they really can't. BART is upping the discount for low-income Clipper card holders at the same time as it installs these gates. In West Oakland, I'm Raquel Maria-Dillon, KCBS.
Supporters of Mayor London Breed are angry over a rap video they say disrespects the mayor and the work she's done. The rapper and restaurant owner who made the video says the rap was in response to repeated burglaries and has since apologized on Instagram. More now from KCBS's Jade Hernandez.
The music video on YouTube now has more than 17,000 views, but the apology of sorts came in an Instagram post.
I like to openly and publicly make an apology regarding my actions.
Chino Ye
gang owns 2 restaurants in San Francisco. He says he's been burglarized 7 times since 2020. In the rap, he calls out Mayor London Breed for turning the city into what he calls a zombie land. On Instagram, he discusses feeling pressured.
Lately, I have been receiving a lot of threats, especially from someone extremely powerful, someone who has the connection to presidents.
This post angered Reverend Amos Brown, a longtime activist. Today, he gathered together Breed supporters from the Chinese, Filipino, and Latino communities at Third Baptist Church, a few blocks from one of Yang's restaurants. He took Yang's criticism of the mayor very personally. One of Breed's supporters understands Yang's frustration, Leanna Louie.
I actually used to own a restaurant. I was vandalized only one time, but that was one time was too much.
Yang wraps up his apology like this.
I am just a civilian, but I do have my constitutional rights.
Jade Hernandez, KCBS.
A 63-year-old woman was beaten by a group of teenagers in San Francisco yesterday, leaving her hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. The Chronicle reports police are searching for 2 girls and a boy, all between the ages of 16 and 18. They're suspected of punching, kicking, and hitting the woman with a broom around 3 p.m. near a parking garage on Mission Street. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital when they found her. There's no word on her condition, and no arrests have been made. We are going to check the KCBS sports line coming up in 2 minutes.
When you wake up well-rested on a great mattress, everything becomes clear. My life coach has a terrible life. Things you miss when you were reveal themselves.
I should just get fake plans.
It's Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance. Save up to 30% on select prior year Tempur-Pedic beds and bases. Plus, get a $300 gift for pillows and more. All with free and fast delivery. Deals this big won't last long, so don't miss out. The right mattress matters. We'll find yours. Restrictions apply. See store website for details.
Or call 833-422-4255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-766-0822. That's 800-766-0822. 800-766-0822.
Coming up on KCBS, former President Trump is being removed from Maine's primary ballot. We'll get some insight from a former federal prosecutor and political columnist. Right now at 7:15, it's time to check sports. The Warriors are hosting the Miami Heat at Chase Center tonight, looking to continue their at-home winning streak currently. That game just getting underway. Miami is leading 8-5. With more sports, here's Matt Pittman.
The worst game of his still young pro career came with the entire world watching Monday Night Football Christmas night in a matchup built. Interception and the Ravens 33-19 win in Santa Clara over the 49ers. Murray called it a learning experience. Football game is not very good thing. For me, I think it was huge just in terms of being a quarterback in this league when things are going well. People can say some great things and it's easy to buy into it a little bit, but man, you gotta put your head down, go to work, have that chip on your shoulder still, and still prove to yourself that you gotta continue to show your teammates that you're the guy week in and week out.
Purdy admits he'd love another crack at the Ravens, but that would only happen in a Super Bowl matchup.
See him again down the road. Obviously, we'd be excited to play him and all that, but we're just taking it one day at a time, and we'll see how it all goes.
49ers hit the road for Sunday's Week 17 matchup against the 4-11 Washington.
Kickoff at 10 a.m.
the sports desk, Matt Pittman, KCBS.
Breaking news alerts from KCBS. Download the free Odyssey app and follow KCBS to get breaking news alerts on your phone. We are the Bay Area's news station, on air and in the palm of your hand. All news, all the time. Only from KCBS.
Most online dating profiles are works of fiction. At It's Just Lunch, we are all about fun, real-life dates set up by real dating experts. Save the fiction for your nightstand and call It's Just Lunch today. Visit itsjustlunchsanfrancisco.com or call 415-989-9818.
Happy holidays from the Bigglers.
Hey, Dad, what do you call a bike that no person rides on?
What do you call a bike that a snow person rides on? I give up.
An icicle.
An icicle. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year. Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. Make recycling part of your holiday season. If you get a new computer, tablet, or cell phone this year, recycle your old one by selling it or donating it to charity. Otherwise, dispose of it at a proper e-waste facility. Recycle your Christmas tree by turning it into wood chips and mulch. And if we each share one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing? Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8th. Back to Claire with an update on the situation in Berkeley.
Yes, present traffic to back up in both directions. The incident is in the westbound direction of Interstate 80, just before you get to University. Two left lanes are blocked off there. Your drive on westbound 80 is backed up into El Cerrito from Central Avenue. It's also got 580 backed up from Central Avenue in Richmond. Meanwhile, eastbound Interstate 80, there's no lanes blocked. People are just staring at what's going on, so that's slow and go from Ashby over to just past University. Now I want to head to San Jose. So much going on, fun stuff. Actually, no crashes, but between the Sharks starting at 7:30, and a lot of people still going to Christmas in the park, entertaining everybody from out of town. Downtown traffic is very heavy, and it's also got traffic extra slow on Highway 87 northbound into downtown, and then the merges of 280 getting onto 87 are also very slow as well. One crash in the Santa Cruz Mountains northbound 17 at Glenwood Drive. Over to the right shoulder now, just a little slow right there at the scene. Our next report is 7:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And the Bay Area 6-day forecast, it is going to be mostly cloudy tonight with a slight chance of a lingering shower, breezy at times with overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. Another system moves in tomorrow, bringing rain and winds and the potential for a few thunderstorms. Highs expected to be in the 60s. Showers are going to start to taper out throughout the day on Saturday and will dry out Sunday with cloudy conditions and some lingering showers, highs in the 60s. Going to be dry for the first day of 2024, and we'll even see some afternoon sunshine on Monday. Highs expected to be in the 50s and lower 60s. Increasing clouds on Tuesday with rain returning Wednesday and a chance of showers into Thursday. Total temperatures with highs mostly in the 50s and lower 60s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th and all news 100.9 and 740 KCBS. Colorado is removing former President Donald Trump from the primary ballot today, making it the second state to challenge his eligibility to run for re-election. Regardless of the decision, it's ultimately up to the U.S. Supreme Court to determine whether Trump can be on the ballot. For more, KCBS's Brett Burkhardt and Patty Rising spoke with Renato Mariotti. He's a former federal prosecutor and a columnist for Politico.
In Colorado, it was the state Supreme Court that ruled to remove former President Trump from the primary ballot. In Maine, though, it was the Secretary of State disqualifying him, inciting an insurrection. What's the difference in these two cases?
Well, it's a matter of state law. So under Maine, the law in Maine, the Secretary of State makes that initial determination, but it's not the end point. This is really just the beginning, because that case, that decision, that determination by the Secretary of State can be appealed to a state court. So I suspect that will ultimately be adjudicated by the Maine Supreme Court by the time this is all done.
And then it will eventually wind up in the U.S. Supreme Court, correct?
Yes, that's right. And it certainly, it's not, obviously, the United States Supreme Court doesn't have to take every case. In fact, they're one of the only courts in the country that can make a determination of which case it wants to they want to take. They can decide they want to take certain cases and not others, but I suspect that this is going to be a case that the United States Supreme Court is going to take. And, you know, given the competition in the court, I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Trump is allowed back on the ballot.
I'm so curious about how contagious this could be when you have some of these states kicking him off the ballot. And I know it's not the final determination, but do you expect other states will follow suit?
I do. There's already, you know, groups in some of these other states that are trying to make those requests. Obviously, it hasn't come out the same way in every state. For example, Michigan thus far, Mr. Trump is on the ballot. But that said, you know, this is a novel question. It's something that courts have never encountered before because we've never had a president accused of engaging in insurrection before, right? Or a presidential candidate. We never had somebody in that situation. So it's a very unusual circumstance, and courts are being asked to address an issue that hasn't been addressed before. And of course, the determination on the facts and, you know, how that would apply to the law is one thing, but obviously there's strong feelings about whether or not a candidate should be on the ballot, and sort of prudential concerns about that are separate and apart from the actual facts and law.
From a strictly strategic perspective, so Maine has joined Colorado in this removal process. So you're another state looking at this. You say, why should we do this? Why should we go through this whole process? It's going to end up before the U.S. Supreme Court anyway.
Well, look, that's not the sort of way that a court is going to have to think about it. They're going to have a case in front of them if it's a court that is considering it, like in Colorado, and that judge is going to have to make a determination based on the facts and law. And the interesting thing, as I was trying to allude to a moment ago, is on the facts, I think a very strong case can be made that Donald Trump engaged in an insurrection. That's why, of course, he's facing charges for related, not identical, but related activity related to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. But obviously, it's a weighty decision for a court to take the leading presidential candidate for one of the two major parties off the ballot. So I can understand courts trying to find a way not to arrive at that conclusion, and of course, that's what happened in Michigan.
That's Renato Mariotti. He's a former federal prosecutor and columnist for Politico. A judge in Sacramento has ruled that someone in Vince Vaughn can run for the seat of outgoing Congressman Kevin McCarthy. The Secretary of State has previously ruled that Vaughn could not run because he had already decided to run for re-election, and under state law, candidates are not allowed to run for two public offices at once. But a judge disagreed, saying the state law does not prevent him from running and ordering his name be added to the list of certified candidates. More people are out of work. Here's Larry Kofsky on the Money Watch.
Unemployment lines got longer in the week leading up to Christmas. The government says first-time jobless claims rose by 12,000 to 218,000. That's more than expected, but still consistent with a solid job market. The next to last trading day of 2023 was quiet on Wall Street. Stocks ended mixed. Dow Industrials climbed 54. The S&P gained 2 points. The Nasdaq dropped 4. Apple is scrambling to find a software fix to put an end to the patent dispute over its smartwatches and keep them on store shelves. The court order temporarily lifting the sales ban imposed by the International Trade Commission expires January 10th. Francois Bettencourt Myers has become the first woman to amass a $100 billion fortune. It happened today, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. The shares of L'Oreal, founded by her grandfather, rose to a record high. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Is your roof ready for El Nino? Season after season of blistering summer heat, blasting fall winds, and countless brutal winters. El Nino came through. That year and the year before destroyed my roof. I had shingles flying in the yard, things I'd never seen before. Semper Solaris is a national award-winning Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor. Your roof will be backed by an industry-leading 50-year warranty.
It's a 50-year labor and material non-prorated warranty. If there's ever a problem, it's going to get fixed for free through the entire 50 years.
Semper Solaris, your local and veteran-owned solar, battery storage, roofing, and heating and air contractor, gets the job done with free decor and honor. Work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day. Plus 0 down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 18 months.
Nino is coming. Call Semper Solaris and get your roof inspected today. Visit sempersolaris.com.
460